Elliott Wolf and the Patriots front office make another move prior to NFL free agency. This one bringing back tight end Hunter Henry. New England re-signed the tight end that has been with the team for the past 3 years to another 3-year deal. This makes all the sense in the world as the Patriots had no tight ends on the roster. And ever since Dalton Schultz re-signed with the Texans, well, Hunter Henry was the best one on the open market. This is why you subscribe to the channel, because we are going to break down all the Patriots news. We had the Chukwuma Okorafor signing yesterday. Whenever the Patriots make a move, whether it be a trade, signing, or a draft pick come April, we're going to have you covered, so join the channel today. Like I mentioned, this makes all the sense in the world for New England. It is a 3-year deal with a base worth of $27 million, so it's 9 years annually for Hunter Henry, and a max value of $30 million. That just came in from Ian Rappaport, which, let's be honest here, $9 million a year for Hunter Henry, that's a really good deal for New England. When you looked at the offense for the Patriots over the past couple seasons, Henry has been one of the best red zone threats in the entire NFL for an offense that really struggled in that area. So it's nice to bring a veteran that has been on this team, who has been a captain over the past couple seasons, and bring him back. And kind of just like I want to recycle back to what I said off the top, it's like this free agency class at tight end was pretty bad. Like Hunter Henry was the second best tight end available before Dalton Schultz got re-signed, and then once he was taken off the board, Hunter Henry clearly became the #1 tight end in free agency, so it made all the sense in the world for Elliott Wolf and the Patriots to bring him back before he can hit the open market. And something that we have been saying here on the channel is, because Elliott Wolf and Gerard Mayo have echoed this sentiment way before free agency, is that they are in the business of keeping homegrown players in Foxborough and keeping them paid. And even though Hunter Henry was not technically homegrown in the New England Patriots organization, he was with us for the last 3 seasons. He was very productive for the Patriots, dating back to Mac Jones' rookie year. He had 9 touchdowns in his first season with the Patriots when Mac was a rookie. And I think that is something that is super important that us fans always have to take into account for, is that rookie quarterbacks usually have more success when they have a blanket, a tight end that they can trust in the intermediate and red zone parts of the field. And I think that is something, if New England goes QB at 3, which we all expect, Hunter Henry, as a veteran, someone who's been a dominant red zone force, is going to help that person quite a bit. Over the last 3 seasons, he had 9 in year 1, he had 2 the following year, and then he had 6 this past season. He has been leading the Patriots in touchdown receptions over the last 3 seasons, and prior to signing with New England, when he was with the Chargers, he was also a dominant red zone force. The Patriots probably will still look for another tight end in free agency or in the draft, because, well, Hunter Henry is still the only guy on this roster at that tight end position. But I love the move of bringing Henry back. It helps the Patriots in the short term, and I think it's a pretty team-friendly deal if you ask me. $30 million max, so which means if Hunter Henry does everything he possibly can to earn every cent on this contract, it is still, over the next 3 seasons, $10 million annually. That is a fantastic deal for a tight end that's not going to wow you in the top 5 and top 7 of the position, but he's a top half tight end in football, and to get him for $9-10 million, I think that's a really good deal for Elliott Wolf and this organization, who continue to make moves prior to free agency beginning Monday, March 11th at noon Eastern time. Grade the signing for me. Grade it A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know how you grade this Hunter Henry re-signing. I'm going to give it a B+. Listen, I'm not going to sit up here and act like Hunter Henry is going to be this all-world difference maker, right? But he is a good receiving tight end, 6'5", 260, who's had success with the Patriots and in the National Football League. And prior to signing with New England, one of the biggest concerns of Hunter Henry was his availability. His rookie year, he only played in 10 games. Then his second year, 13. He missed the entire 2018 season. Only played in 12 and then 14 games in the final 2 seasons in LA. But ever since joining Foxborough, 17, 14. So he's been relatively healthy in a consistency on this offense, which has seen so much people in and out of the lineup and so much struggle. I still do think that the Patriots will look to add a tight end in free agency or the draft, because like I mentioned, he is the only tight end on this roster. So you're not going to go into the next season with only one tight end. Now, whether that be in the draft, I doubt they would spend a premium pick on a tight end like a Jatavian Sanders out of Texas, who is going to go in the second round in the draft of all likelihood. I like Noah Fant out of Seattle, but I would have probably projected him as someone Elliott Wolf and the Patriots went out to sign if they couldn't bring back Hunter Henry. Maybe they'd go after a Gerald Everett, a veteran who's probably going to be on a one-year deal like for $5 or $6 million for 2024. Maybe that's who they go after as their second tight end. I would be shocked if they run it back with Mike Gesicki because that duo really didn't produce a lot of productivity for the Patriots, and I don't really think was that good of a duo either way because Hunter Henry can run block, but his not the biggest strong suit is run blocking. Mike Gesicki, we know for a fact, is not a good run blocker. So I'd expect him to go after someone potentially in the draft where a lot of these guys are producing, let's say that. Make sure you guys sign up with our daily fantasy sports partner, which is Prize Picks. It is the #1 daily fantasy sports app on the market. You get a first deposit match up to $100 when you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. You could join rapper Meek Mill, UFC fighter Sugar Sean O'Malley, who play Prize Picks on a daily basis. You could see their picks when you go to the promos tab on the app and then pick the community plays. You'll see where they're going. You could either fade their picks, you could take their picks. That's why daily fantasy sports is so much fun and why Prize Picks makes it the absolute best. They also offer injury insurance. So if you're playing basketball on a day-to-day basis, if your player in your entry gets hurt in the first half and does not return in the second, well, then he or she gets removed from that entry and the rest of your picks go on and you can still cash out if you get the picks right, of course. No other place does that when it comes to daily fantasy sports. So download the app today, use code CLNS, and get that first deposit match up to $100. All right, before we end today's video, I do want to move over to what the Patriots did yesterday because they were quite busy in the free agency market as well, signing right tackle Chukwuma Okorafor, who the Pittsburgh Steelers released in February. They also brought back cornerback Alex Austin and offensive tackle Tyrone Wheatley Jr. So I kind of want to look at the Okorafor portion of the signing because the full contract details came in. And what it was is a 1-year, $4 million deal with $3.1 guaranteed, a $2 million signing bonus, about $680K in per game roster bonuses, and then a couple other bonuses that can take him up to $8.25 mil. So there's up to $4.25 mil in playing time incentives. So what does that tell me? What does that tell you? Well, this is very similar to the Riley Reif deal that they signed him to last year. Riley Reif obviously didn't play for New England due to injuries and other circumstances. But that's kind of what Elliott Wolf is projecting here with Okorafor. So he is going to have a chance to compete. And to me, I don't want to read into this too much, but this is someone who could be your starter at right tackle come September. And, well, what does that mean for Mike Onwenu? Well, it actually might project him to be viewed as a right guard by this Patriots front office rather than the offensive tackle that he played as the Patriots right tackle last season. We know that he has bounced around on that Patriots front five his entire career. He started as a right tackle when he was coming out of Michigan as a rookie. Then he moved into right guard for a couple seasons. And then due to necessity, he went back out to right tackle. So he's been versatile along that Patriots offensive line, but it's probably a good thing that the Patriots find him a home. And maybe Elliott Wolf views him as a right guard rather than a right tackle. So they bring in Okorafor to compete with maybe a rookie or Kelvin Anderson, who was signed last year by Bill Belichick. And that might be your battle for right tackle with Onwenu kicking into right guard. What that means is maybe Sidy Sow is viewed as a depth piece rather than a starter, and the Patriots still address that left tackle position in free agency. Maybe it'd be Tyron Smith. Maybe it'd be a Jonah Williams. But Okorafor's contract kind of tells me that the Patriots are going to give him a chance to maybe compete for that starting right tackle spot. He was a starter in Pittsburgh for the last 3 seasons and was the starter this year before he spoke out about Matt Canada's poor play calling in Pittsburgh, and they ended up starting the rookie out of Georgia that they took in the first round, Broderick Jones. So Okorafor's got starting experience, and, well, he might be your starting right tackle come September. I still would lean Onwenu, but hey, you never know. All right, before we head out of here on this video, want to circle back to one thing about Hunter Henry, because more contract details are coming in. The deal makes Hunt Henry the 13th highest paid tight end in terms of annual value between Taysom Hill and Tyler Higbee. I would be willing to take Hunter Henry over the two of them. So once again, I just want to echo and double down on how much of a good deal this is for the Patriots, because listen, 3 years for Hunter Henry, 27 mil in base, 30 max value. He's not that old. Was drafted in, 2015, 2016. So he's been in the league. He's 29 years old. I think this is a great deal for New England, and I expect them to add more tight ends, but having him be the 13th highest paid tight end, that is right where he is in terms of the NFL tight end hierarchy, maybe even a little bit lower if we're going to be honest. So great deal for New England, and hopefully they continue to make these good deals in free agency, which we'll have you covered on. So hit that sub button, and hopefully a long-term deal with Mike Onwenu or Kyle Duggar is next as the Patriots continue to try to lock up their own guys prior to free agency. One last thing I guess I should say is, I feel like I've said that like 2 or 3 times. Kendrick Bourne went on Good Morning Football or NFL Total Access last night and said that he hopes to be back with the Patriots. So you just continue to see these Patriots players have high priority of returning to play under Gerard Mayo, and you've seen Elliott Wolf echo and try to say and hammer home deals with some of these guys prior to them hitting the open market in free agency. So I'd expect a lot of re-signings for the Patriots coming up in the next few days. All right, that truly is at this time. Enjoy your Friday. Peace out, Patriots fans, and hit the sub button.